Hi friend, I am Leigh Keckner. Welcome to day number 9 of Simply Manifesting 33 Days to Getting Your Heart's Desire. If you would please join me in 3 grounding breaths with your feet on the floor and close your eyes, and we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. Thank you so much for that. Today we are talking about the word connected. And this word is super powerful. And remember that we are building the foundation that we are going to manifest from. And I think one of the biggest gifts we can give ourselves is realizing that we are all connected. And there's a couple different facets of connected I want to look at. One is that we've already talked about it, that God resides within us. So that thread of the greatest energy available on the planet weaves through each one of us. We are all connected. We are all brothers and sisters. We're all God's children. And what I love is it runs through the animals and the plants and the earth and the tree, everything. And I was talking to my kids yesterday how cool it is that we need trees and plants to survive, and they need us. Like, that is how connected we are. So just realizing that we are all connected. And I used to have the story that I was alone in growing up in my childhood. And I've learned that even when you think you're alone, even when you feel alone, even when no one's sitting next to you or holding your hand or a part of your life, you can never be alone, because you can never shake God from your body, because you're just made up of it, or of that energy. So that is one part that I like, that we are all connected. Another thing is, I wrote, look up, look around you, see each other. There are people around you constantly, every day, that if you look up and you see them and you have eye contact with them and you connect with them, they have a gift for you. Whether it's a smile, whether it's a look away like that, and you think, wow, I thought I was shy. That person's really shy. I'm not so shy after all. I mean, whatever it is, every time you look at another human being, there is an interaction, there's a gift, there's something for you to get. And I can give specific, and if you don't look up, if you're on your phone, and if you're too busy, if you're writing your to-do list, you're doing this, you're missing all kinds of magic that's happening around you. And 3 quick examples of that are, one, I was at the eyebrow place and I had a couple of my kids with me, and I was in a foul mood, and I think I got in an argument with one of the kids on the way to the eyebrow place. And one of my kids was getting their eyebrows done, and the other ones were kind of hanging out there, and I was looking down like kind of pissed off. And I looked up for a second and caught the eye of a woman, maybe 75 or such. She looked like a sweet grandma. And she looked at me, and I looked right at her. And then she said, "You are so blessed. You can come in." She said, "You are so blessed. You are so blessed to have those children. They're beautiful." And had I not looked up and had eye contact and given her the permission to say those words, I would have missed it. And I got it, and I received it, and I turned my frown upside down, and I cut my bullshit story, and I looked around at my kids, and I was grateful in that moment. So that was a little gift from an angel, as I see it. When I walk Fryman, when I'm going fast and hard and I'm looking down and I have my headphones in, I'm alone walking fast and hard with my headphones. When I look up, when I look at people and smile at them, if I smile at them first, I'm giving them a little gift and they smile back. If I look up and am open to receive all these freaking people, I get such gifts every time I do that walk. And then when I just did Dave's show, and I've been so focused on the things that Dave has been doing, my husband, in my life, that I didn't like and weren't right. And then I had a bunch of experiences with him on the set of what a great guy he is. And when we left, this man with gray hair, with his hair pulled back in a ponytail, who I didn't see on the set the whole time, opened the door and stood there. And Dave walked through and said, "Thank you." And then he turned and looked me in the eye, and I looked right in his eye, and he said, "He is a good man. He is the nicest guy I've ever worked with in Hollywood. He is the greatest guy." And I paused and I heard him, and I go, he is a great guy. He is a nice guy. And really in that moment, I flipped my focusing on the things that I don't like that he's doing to realizing that he's living his life his way. And at the core of him is a beautiful man who's loyal and kind and takes care of me and my family. So in that, connecting with that man's eyeballs, who I still don't know who the hell any of those people were, they gave me these really rich gifts. So when you realize not only are we connected with the thread of energy that we all have of God, we are connected to each other, and we will support each other when we allow ourselves to be supported. I like this hand analogy, showing off my finger hole here. So it's supposed to go something like this, like here's me, and here's my husband, and here's a tree, and here's a bird, and here's a squirrel. And all of these things are interacting kind of on their own, but when you look more closely, they're all connected to a greater source. So even though they all have their own unique thumbprint, fingerprint, every single one is unique and different, they are all grounded right here. And if they try and fight and judge each other and move and pull away and try and rip away, they can't ever really get away from here unless you're being like tortured and your finger gets pulled off. But you can't get away from the core of this, which is God, which we all have and we're all connected to. And the more that we can be in harmony with all of the things connected to God, not only the healthier we will be or the happier we'll be, the more our whole planet actually and the people living on it will be connected and happy. So dig your finger, dig your hands, and realize that everything is connected. I am not, and I don't know if I wrote this, I can't, or if I read it somewhere, I probably read it somewhere. I am not competing against you. I want both of us to make it. I love that thought. There is more than enough for everyone to succeed. The more you collaborate, the more you connect with other human beings, the more successful and powerful you will be. We each bring something different to the table. Let's celebrate our differences, listen to each other with a loving heart, and have gratitude that we are all different. Instead of being in fear and causing conflict to our bodies, each other, and the world. Listen to, share with, and grow from each other. And then this is so silly, but I wrote it. Let's potluck this life. Everyone brings their unique dish and we all share. This quote, I think, could change the world. You think differently than me? Awesome. Let's grab a cup of coffee. I'd love to hear all about it. How often we think our way is the only way. How often we're missing the beauty of everyone around us, the beauty of the people from different cultures, the beauty of people who think differently. It's so cool to hear about other people and their thoughts. Even politically, I was raised really conservative with my dad and have kind of come to a place in the middle where I choose what speaks to my heart and what represents who I am. And I no longer let people dictate I have to choose a party. Bullshit. When you choose a party and you put your foot down, you're doing this. When you can do this, and I say, Dave, tell me your liberal view. Let me hear you. That doesn't sound horrible. I like how you're thinking about the other people. How could I incorporate that with this? Just a freaking conversation, right? But instead we say, I'm going to take a word and I'm going to close off half of the population and I'm going to be fearful and fight it. It's like, what are we doing? Realizing that we're all connected, honoring each other's opinions, and letting it be okay that he thinks differently than me. Kick ass. My kids get two different perspectives, right? Now, if I could just sell Dave on this idea, because he still gets mad. But I like to just realize that we're all connected and that we're made so unique and honor each other's uniqueness. Now, keep your eyes up today. Look around at the beautiful things and receive the gifts connecting with other people give. I will see you tomorrow, and I look forward to day 10. We're getting in the double digits, people. All right. I'll talk to you later.